Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. As you can see by the title below, this is on episode 8 of Ace Attorney. And dang, this episode, I know a lot of people were telling me in my comments and stuff that this next one was going to be really good. That, like, a few things, like how I said, Edgeworth is pretty much, I was like, is he always going to be going against Edgeworth? And this one, of course, yeah, they totally just threw it differently. Phoenix is not going against Edgeworth this time. It's actually Edgeworth is the person that is being accused of murder. So that was something I did not expect whatsoever. And the big reason I liked this episode was, of course, the fact with how much backstory and information we got in this, and how all the characters from previous episodes and stuff and everything are all connected to this one case. Like, something happened with this person, that happened to this person, that happened to this person, that led to this case of what happened 15 years ago, I think it was, to now. And now this whole thing that's happening now, and all of that is surfacing. And it was honestly, like, I was just like, whoa, that's a lot of information, a lot of crazy stuff connecting all these events going on. And it was actually, like, to me, it was really interesting. I was like really getting into wanting to learn more and more and more about what was going on. One thing though, actually, I don't know if it happened in the last episode too, but they changed, or the where I watched it, that they changed the subs back to the Japanese names. Is that how it is? They're doing it now again, putting it back to normal. Um, if so, I just want to know: do you guys want me to continue saying the English names, or do you want me to say the Japanese names? We've already gone like 8 episodes. I'm going to be saying it like English in this one as well, with just English. So, but I know this is going to be like much longer. There's more cores and stuff as well. So I want to know for sure now, guys. For everyone watching, do you guys want me to do the English names, or do you want me to do the Japanese names? This episode will be English because I've been doing it for how long already, and I don't know if you guys want me to change or not. But yeah, the subs that I've watched went back to Japanese. I don't know if that was just the subs that I watched, and there's other subs that are still English. But yeah, it's really hard for these kind of things for me to decide. Like, I know a lot of the people watching are obviously English. You guys, your main language is English, and you probably come from playing the game which was in English. Though the people who haven't, like for me, played the game and are just anime viewers only, you pretty much see it through it being Japanese names first. That's how it was for the first episode, but of course you guys want me to change it, so I went to English, which is okay for me if you guys want me to do it. But yeah, so let's talk about the episode first. Pretty crazy, all this kind of stuff going on. Edgeworth is, of course, accused of murder, and now Phoenix is going to be defending him. Pretty crazy learning all the backstory. First off, what, like, the big first thing for me was, of course, that Edgeworth, Phoenix, and the guy from the first episode, so that was crazy that they brought him too, Phoenix's friend, they all went to the same school, and they were all friends in, like, when they were kids. So that's pretty crazy. And how Edgeworth's dad was actually like one of the best defense attorneys, so they didn't even think that he would become a prosecutor. So that's surprising, because of course he wanted to be just like his father, to which his father ended up being murdered in a case. And the guy that he went up against, forget what his name was, I think his name in Japanese was Kuroma Go, but I don't know in English because they didn't put the English subs, guys, so the English name, so I don't really know, sorry for that. But yeah, he ended up adopting Edgeworth. So I'm guessing Phoenix them weren't friends with him after that. That was like, it hit a point, and then they weren't friends because they even the other guy, Yahadi is the Japanese name, pretty much was saying that he didn't even know that Edgeworth became a prosecutor. So that's quite weird, to be honest. But what was going on with that whole thing is that they were friends and everything. His dad ended up dying. He gets brought into, adopted and everything. This case, the whole reasoning behind this murder is the guy who ends up going there, that ends up getting killed, and of course everything falls onto Edgeworth, was the guy that, defended the guy who killed his father. So everyone's thinking that, Edgeworth is the one who killed him. He had the gun in his hand because he grabbed it without thinking and everything. And it was just cool to see how at first he was like he did not want Phoenix to defend him and everything, and then towards the end he's like, okay. And you could see that the chemistry of how there is they were friends before, and he's like, oh, you're just like that, you're always like that before, and everything. So it's pretty interesting to see that dynamic as well, and to see a different view, how they're always against each other before in these past episodes, but now this one they'll be working together. Phoenix will be there to defend Edgeworth instead of going against him. And even like things like the one lawyer that was with Mia before, she what's it called, when she was with that other lawyer area, he had a connection as well. So did that the guy with the jewels and everything from the last arc was also connected. They even had the Steel Samurai suit there, so it was kind of a connection there. He wasn't really anything to do with the Steel Samurai case, was connected to this, but that was still interesting to see that as well. And to see that, what's it called, in that murder case, Maya and Mia's mom was called in to try and contact spirits and everything, and then of course everyone considered her a fraud, said that was wrong, it was a lie, and then she ends up running away, which affects why Mia becomes a lawyer, to which later on that's why she goes to the tries to stop the jewel guy, because it's just a whole bunch of things. Like literally I can't even explain everything because it was so crazy. It like honestly it may feel a little too, the pacing was a little, may feel to some too much, too fast, because there's the amount of information in this episode literally blew my mind. Like I can recall some of it, but it's pretty hard for me to pretty much communicate it in words towards you guys. It was pretty damn crazy. I don't really need to explain it anyway because you did see the episode, but still, just like the amount of things going on with me, like Maya connection, how Phoenix and Edgeworth is connected, how that other guy from the case was connected, how the other guy was connected, how all these things are connecting to this one point is what really got me and was really making me like interested to see what's going to happen next. And that ending, now that Edgeworth has allowed Phoenix to be the defend him, I'm wondering what's going to happen. Who was the person who really killed him? There's several things that could have happened. Too bad the guy, their friend, did not. He was there, but he didn't have anything to say there. There was some lady with a camera, to which she ends up saying she saw something, ends up running to the police station. So there's nothing there. Though I'm pretty sure Dick Gumshoe can give something on that, because he seems to be really, like, he really wants Edgeworth to be, he doesn't believe that Edgeworth was the killer, just like obviously Phoenix and everything. So yeah, I honestly can't wait to see the next episode, to see what's going to happen. I'm wondering, next episode is going to be more of an episode to gather more information. So I'm wondering how much more backstory is going to be put into this, because this episode right here was kind of a little, to me, information overload. It was good, but a little too much. Like there was so many information going on in my head on what was going on here, and I'm wondering what's going to happen in the next one, because they're going to have to gather more information. I'm just wondering, is it going to be a lot more, or they're just going to slow it down a little bit, and when are we going to like start to figure out who was the killer? Because right now, for me, I didn't see anything that could like lead to who was really the killer. There was some things that some people like, oh, that person could have got something, he could have saw something, but they didn't really show any evidence or anything for us to figure out. But like a couple other in the other trials, I didn't really see some of the things, and then some of you guys did see. So maybe you guys saw something. If you did, leave in the comments, and maybe I can go back and check and say, oh yeah, you're right. No spoilers, of course, please. If you're talking about what's going to happen because of the game, do not spoil, please. No spoilers. Anime only, please. Thank you. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And until next time, guys, see ya.